Oh my gosh. Hello, everyone. Hey. Welcome to Wednesday night OWCP chats with Chris and Gini.
How you doing? Tonight is Red for Feds.
Don't forget.
Red for Feds.
Every Wednesday, show your support for the federal employees, especially for AFGE with your Red for Fed shirt. No, we don't make these. No, we don't sell them.
Not yet.
We've gotten shirts from the state president, Tish, when we were helping them rally, and we made these because we didn't know if we were going to get shirts.
Leave our people alone.
Hello, Laura. Anyway, what we'd like you to do is don't forget to share this video, like and comment our page, and don't forget to like and follow Chris on Twitter. Only Chris. That's it.
Don't follow anybody else.
Yeah, don't follow anyone else. So we'll give you guys 5 seconds to share this video and get your coworkers on here. So tonight, we're going to be talking about the right to choose your own doctor, the basic elements of getting your OWCP case accepted, and how to get away from the doctors that you guys don't want to be with anymore. Hello, everyone. New Jersey. Did you two get a call from Oklahoma? I want to find a doctor local.
Doesn't ring a bell, but we'll look it up.
Yeah. Anyway, with that said, don't forget to share, like, and comment, and you're on.
So let me start by telling you that 2 of the things that I'm going to be discussing tonight, you can't, this is no joke, seriously. You'll find it on Twitter. And so I need you to really go there and get this. I keep telling everyone to go to Twitter, get Twitter. And for some reason, only 421 people have responded to that and gotten it done. There are 2.8 million federal friends out there that need this information, and 421 who are actively trying to get it, okay? So everyone needs to go to Twitter. This is easy. Gini suggested that I post a video on how to get Twitter, but come on, it's like maybe 4 steps. It's super easy, maybe 5, because you got to go to the App Store and get it. So get Twitter, because you need to follow us at Fed Injury Center. Seriously, you just really need to, because I'm putting laws, rules, and regulations on there that are going to help you. And if you're following it in real time, you get to see it. So you see it before everyone else hears about it, because you get it the day that I post this stuff. Lots of times I'll sit on a Saturday or Sunday morning and research stuff, and when I find something interesting, I post it on there. So tonight, 2 of the things that I'm going to be discussing, you will find on Twitter. So go there and get it, along with all kinds of other super helpful things that will, in a lot of ways, help you combat your supervisors who too often have bad intentions when they're dealing with you after a work injury.
Yeah, and so when we're telling you guys to follow us on Twitter, you know, not all the time he's going to be able to go over the rules with you guys on Wednesday night. So it's best if you guys go there to get it right away. Again, like he reads something and he puts it up, and it's only beneficial for all federal employees.
You know, if in general I'm telling you about the rule that says your supervisor has 4 hours to give you a CA-16, which pays all your medical bills for 60 days, wouldn't it be interesting if you could go right to Twitter and find the specific CFR that addresses that, so that you can make sure that 4 hours you've got it, or 4 hours and 1 minute you can file a grievance. So that stuff is on there. It's really important for all of you that have had a work injury and didn't get a CA-16 and paid all the bills out of your pocket. You know what I'm talking about. And if you could have had this, you could have shown it to your supervisor and forced them to do the right job and to do the right thing to help you.
Yep.
So, you know, we've got a couple of things we want to talk about, but the theme of tonight is getting your claim accepted in spite of your crappy doctors out there. And so today, in fact, I had a call from a lady in Pennsylvania who's always fun to talk to. She's on it. But we're talking about what goes in a narrative report from the doctor so that your claim can be accepted. So we're going to talk about the basic elements of an accepted claim. If you want to read along, go to Twitter and find it at Fed Injury Center because it's posted. I'm going to talk about the right to choose your own doctor because it's critically important. I'll explain why in a second. And then I'm going to give you the rule on what your doctor has to do to release himself from your claim when your doctor can't get your claim accepted. And all of these things are important because if you've been there and you've seen me teach in person, which we do as often as we can, I tell you that a denied claim is the fault of the doctor 100% of the time, because all claims that are legitimate and timely filed should be approved. And when they're not, it's because the doctor wrote a bad report, which is, the rule. And instead of, unfortunately, we'd like it to be the exception to the rule, but the rule is doctors write bad reports. So if you're interested in having an accepted claim, this is the video for you. If you will please share this, you can see I'm kind of dragging this along. Share it. Okay, we need to quadruple the number of people watching because this is really important.
Yeah, I only have 25 or 2,600 people following me. What is with that? There's more federal employees on here. 2.8 million.
Yeah, that's a small fraction of the
total.
total.
Tell your friends this is not a waste of their time. They don't have to watch it now. They can always watch it later and replay it later. Oh, and one more thing.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people for the hearing impaired federal employees, after we are not able to stream it live to put the captions on there. So after I'm done, well, we're done with our live, well, I'll go ahead and add the captions after. I know some of the words are a little jumbled sometimes, but it's the best it could do. It takes exactly what we say and it spits it out. So I know a lot of you have been asking, and I know I tried to add it on to a few of the videos. So after this one, I will add it on for our hearing impaired federal friends.
Yeah, so if you're one of those people that needs it, we're definitely sensitive to that. And I'm super happy somebody brought it to our attention that we could actually do it. So as soon as we end this video and then we post it, the captions will be there. Yeah. And we're really glad that that's something we can do. By the way, if you want Facebook to show captions during the live video, I'm sure that the technology is there. You're going to have to contact Facebook. Yeah,
but it's not out in our video till after because I have to go in, edit the video, and then add the captions. So unfortunately, we can't do that. And I've went around every possible way to try to get that done.
Right. All right. So let's get going. I'm assuming everyone here has a friend you're going to share this with, so get that done. So let's talk first about choosing your own doctor. Every one of you has either been told or heard someone else be told that they have to go to the doctor assigned to them by the supervisor, by the agency. If you are a VA employee, you have definitely been told or have heard someone be told they have to see a VA doctor first. If you work for the post office, many of you have been told you've got to go to some urgent care. And oftentimes the urgent care may be under contract by the post office. And so you're told you have to. But I just told you that denied claims are the fault of the doctor every time. So when you go to these doctors that are associated with the agency, your claims are getting denied. How do I know that? Because only 1 out of 13 federal employees has an accepted claim. That's a statistic that is year after year and 2018 as well. So 1 out of 13 people has an accepted claim. That means claims are getting denied at a terrible rate. And all claims that are denied are the fault of the doctor. So you're going to the wrong doctors. But many of you go to the wrong doctor because you think you have to. And you do what your supervisor tells you to. I can't tell you how many times we have someone call us and we tell them the right thing and they say, yeah, but that's not what my supervisor said.
Exactly.
Well, A, your supervisor doesn't know, or B, your supervisor's a jerk.
Look, we understand that you guys have the relationship with the supervisors in a workable manner and HR. Yeah. And we've gotten calls where it's, oh, I don't know if I believe you or not because HR is saying one thing, you guys are saying one thing, and I don't know if it's true. Seriously, take it from Chris. He's the expert only because he's been doing it so long.
D with a capital T, yeah. H-E.
And he knows more than a lot of the HR people and anybody in this freaking post office supervisor people. So
I paid her to say that.
You did? Not
that much.
So when we tell you stuff over the phone, please don't doubt us when we're telling you, hey, this is what's right. And you come back and say, oh, but the postmaster or the supervisor says, no, that's not right. No, we're telling you the right answer. You know, we have nothing to gain or lose from this. So we're telling you the right answer.
Yeah. So I can see that the number of viewers is rapidly increasing. Thank you for sharing. Keep it going. So, but back to this. So going to the wrong doctor. So here's the deal. The rules, regulations, laws, whatever, they say the following three things. Number one, it says multiple places in the law that you have the right to choose your own physician. It says you have the right to initial selection of doctor, meaning first, which means you get to choose your doctor first. You don't have to go to their doctor first. You can, look, if you're bleeding and you need stitches, by all means, go to the ER, the urgent care that they send you to. If your bones are broken, if you just got bit by a dog, get that taken care of. But your next call needs to be to an OWCP doctor. And that may be a hard thing to find. We know it is. It's really hard. But take the effort. Do what it takes because a denied claim is much more painful than a long travel. It's the most painful thing, actually. I compare it to anything. But a denied OWCP claim leads to, what did I tell you? There was a lady yesterday that said she's seen too many people considering bankruptcy, losing their house, losing their health insurance, losing their car insurance, and all of this is avoidable. But those things are a reality for so many people because they found the wrong doctor, bottom line, or didn't find a doctor at all.
Yeah, and then today I got somebody that messaged me and said her claim was denied again. So she's ready to give up and file unemployment. But that's not the way. It's okay to get denied again. And we understand you need your money, but reach out to us. Go back again, take the denial letter to the doctor and tell them what's going on so they could fix it. And the closed claims as well. Don't think it's over when the claim is closed or it's denied. We always keep telling you guys that it's okay if it's closed or denied.
We'll open it and get it approved. So,
Mike, I'm waving at you, Mike.
Hey, Mike, what's up? So here's the deal. So number one, the law says you have the right to initial selection of physician. That means you can choose your own doctor. But number two, the law also says that the agency cannot force you to go to a doctor that's employed by or under contract with them.
Right.
But number three, the law says that the supervisor is required to tell you that that's your right.
Yep.
None of that happens, okay? They tell you have to go to their doctor. They don't tell you it's your right to choose. And oftentimes you don't even know, and so you believe the supervisor.
Yeah.
But take it from me, the law protects you in that. That's your right. And even though we have offices around the country, I don't even tell you to go to mine. Don't go to any office that's associated with us if you don't want to.
Right.
It's your choice.
Right. Yeah.
And that's a sacred choice for you because your choice will determine if your claim gets accepted or not. So it is your choice. Don't let anybody tell you where to go. Make your own decision. So that's number one, the right to choose your own doctor. But to reiterate, when your supervisors tell you you have to go to their doctor, it's a personal decision now. Do you want a problem with your supervisor or do you want a problem with your OWCP claim?
Right.
Because avoiding a problem with your supervisor will lead to a problem with OWCP.
Well, I mean, you can file a grievance if the supervisor is giving you a hard time, but then remember, if you don't file a claim, you're losing out on all your benefits.
So, and if your supervisor threatens you and says, and we've had this, we had one, I think it was an injury comp or some HR person who said, oh, you know what, you went around us and you chose your own doctor, and they threatened to fire this person. Well, you can't be fired for following the law, exercising your rights to choose, or for reporting an injury. You can't be fired. And so if that happens, what you want to do is call OSHA, number one, 1-800-321-OSHA. And because the sixth bullet point on employee rights under the OSHA is the right to report a work injury. So if they threaten your job or threaten to retaliate with you on you in any way, you call OSHA and ask, is this a violation? It's my right to report an injury. Is it a violation for them to threaten to fire me or to have retaliation on me? And don't let them get away with it.
Yeah,
also, file an EEO claim because, hey, is this fair? Have I been discriminated against? Well, if they threaten to fire you because you're injured, there's discrimination, right? They're discriminating against you for being hurt.
Yep.
And so file an EEO claim. Don't take this stuff anymore. Just don't take it. And supervisors, if you're watching, yes, this is what I'm teaching. And, if you get in trouble, that's your problem. A supervisor who impedes a claim can be imprisoned and fined.
It's a real law, folks. It's a real law.
That's a real thing. They can go to jail and be fined, or both. A supervisor that makes false statements in relation to your FICA claim can be imprisoned up to 5 years.
Yep.
And fined an enormous amount of money. Okay, I think it's like $10,000.
It is, yeah.
And if you want to see those statutes, it's on Twitter. Seriously, I've got it posted there.
Twitter account is Fed Injury Center.
So another person's already followed us since we started, so thank you, whoever you are. But listen, you have the right to choose. Choosing your own doctor is critically important. Okay, critically important. Now, do we have any questions on choosing doctors before I move to the next thing? Because otherwise, we'll hold all the questions to the end.
Hey, Mr. Barclay, we got our Red for Feds representing AFGE.
Yep. Leave my people alone.
Okay, HR told me not to listen to my supervisors because my office is messed up.
I mean, your HR, this may be an HR that's looking out for you. So if so, that's good.
Jenna says, does it usually take months to get an actual decision from OWCP?
Yeah, it could take 6 months. They don't have to make any decision in any time frame.
Bridget says, I'm listening. My case has been closed and they reopened it every November so I can see the doctor one time to see my restrictions are the same. I paid for all prescription bills out of pocket.
Bridget, get an OWCP 915 form. You can find it on our website at federalinjurycenters.com, and get all the receipts for all the money you paid out of your pocket. Attach it to that OWCP 915 form and turn that into your claims examiner, and they'll reimburse you for your expenses.
Yeah.
Don't pay money out of your pocket when you have an accepted claim.
So everybody, don't forget, you know, like Chris always says, and we use this number because it's true, there's 2.8 million. I only have 2,500 of you on my Wednesday night chats. All of you that are watching,
422 on Twitter.
all of you need to share this on your page because you guys have, and the people, and I tell this to everybody, even family members, and I have family members who hear this. You all, everybody, everyone knows one federal employee. Number one is your letter carriers. Everybody knows a letter carrier, and if they're not watching this, and if you post it and your friends and family is a letter carrier or TSA agent or whatever,
yeah,
you should be sharing this not only on the Facebook pages of your union groups, but also on your own personal page. Trust me, it'll increase the viewers, and that way we can target so many more federal employees nationwide on our Wednesday night chats.
And by target, we mean teach.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do some more questions in a minute. So here's the deal. You choose a doctor. You go to that doctor. The doctor's now got to do an evaluation and write a narrative report to get you accepted. And the narrative report can't be a 5-line or 3-paragraph Mickey Mouse report.
Mickey Mouse?
That's not a report. That's lazy.
Yes.
So if your doctor gives you a 1-page report, don't read it. Just hand it back and say, go again. Do it again. And so what I'm going to do is talk to you about what things need to be in your doctor's reports. So listen, this is like the second most important thing I'm going to tell you tonight. So this is a really good time for you to share it with a lot of people. Get your phones and text your friends right now and tell them to get on Wednesday night OWCP chats, because I'm about to tell you how to take an untrained doctor and get a good narrative report.
Yeah, this is really
and most doctors are untrained. Okay, why? Because I can't train them all. All right, I've trained a lot of them, a couple of dozen, but if they're not in your area, you need this help. And so I'm going to tell you what belongs in a narrative report. This is critical. Okay, and I've never really taught this before, so let people know they need to get on this. If you have, somebody with a denied claim, it's denied because of the doctor. Yeah. I'm going to help your doctor get your claim accepted. Okay, this is something as a consultant I normally charge doctors for, but you're my people, and so I'm going to tell you what to tell your doctor.
Yeah, and stop thinking that it's OWCP, because we see it all day long. People tag me in this stuff, which I appreciate, so I could help them. But we see it all the time where you guys are saying, oh, I hate OWCP. It's OWCP's fault, and OWCP is this and that, but it's not OWCP.
Yeah, and you know what? Your doctors are giving your claims examiners a gift. It's an easy denial. That's what they're giving them, because they're writing terrible reports. Normally, I would change the word terrible with a bad word, but just in case you have kids watching, we'll say. All right, so here's what goes in a doctor's narrative report. And this is called the 5 basic elements of an accepted OWCP claim. If you want to read along, go to Twitter and follow us at Fed Injury Center. Okay, this is there. I've got a picture. You can share this. You can take a picture of it with your phone and send it to all your buddies. Okay, everyone can see this. So number 1, your doctor has got to have a paragraph or a section in the report that explains that you reported your injury on time. So number 1 is time. You've got to prove that you reported within 3 years of the injury. Now here's the deal. So many people say, but I only have 30 days to report or 14 days to report. My supervisor said I had to report within a week. None of that's true. You have 3 years to report your injury from the injury. 3 years. So, you know, if you think it's too late, it's probably not too late, okay? Unless it's 4 years. But if you want to report your injury, and you should, you have 3 years to do it. So your doctor's got to show that you reported within 3 years. If you give the doctor your CA1 or CA2, that's your proof. The doctor can say this was reported on this date, which was X number of days past the injury. Done. Number 1 is proven. It's so easy. Okay.
Hold on real quick. Becky, pay attention, because you just said if my claim was denied twice and the last one was denied December 2nd, 2017, is it too late to appeal again?
It may be, but that's a different question. You have 12 months from every denial to appeal. So, but you know what, Becky, send us a private message, and let's hook up tomorrow or the next day. We're going to be doing some traveling. We're training in Kentucky. But let me walk you through that. We'll help you with that. It may be too late. I don't want to give you a false hope. I hope it's not. All right. So here's the deal. All right. So there are 5 basic elements. Number 1 is time. And are you sharing this? Okay. How many of you have told your friends to be watching this? Get that done. All right. So time, the doctor's got to show that you reported within 3 years. Number 2, you have to prove that you're a federal employee at the time of the injury. Okay. At the time of the injury. So many people want to retire and then report their injuries. It's too late. You can't do that. Okay. You got to report your injury while you still work there. And so you must be able to prove that you were a federal employee at the time of the injury. So the doctor had just got to say at the date of injury was employed by whatever agency, you know, just put it in there. Okay. Have a line in there that indicates, yes, you were a federal employee at the time of the injury and at the time of reporting your injury. It's so simple, but it gets left out. So let's don't leave it out. Number 3 is getting, these next 3 are like super important. The first 2 are easy. Okay, anybody can prove that stuff. The 3 is called fact of injury. Fact of injury. The doctor must be able to prove that the injury occurred and that a medical condition resulted from it. So check this out. Here's an example that I've seen. A letter carrier had a car wreck. You know, they wrecked their LOB. And so it was easy to prove that the injury occurred or that the accident occurred. Okay. It was easy to prove that there was a car accident. All you need was like a police report and some pictures, right? And like a witness statement. Easy to prove. But you have to prove that the medical condition resulted from it. So we had this guy in Dallas that somebody did an illegal U-turn and hit him and flipped his LOB. He was all kinds of hurt. And he actually found us on LinkedIn. We're on LinkedIn as well. And we were able to help him. But his denial basically said, we acknowledge that the accident occurred, but you haven't been able to prove that any injury that you have was a result of that accident. Like, I wasn't hurt when I woke up that morning. I wasn't hurt when I clocked in. I wasn't hurt when I cased my mail. I wasn't hurt when I got in my LOB. And I drove my shift for 4 hours before somebody made an illegal U-turn and hit me. And at that point, I had the following conditions.
Right.
Okay. And that's what your doctor's got to say. They've got to start from the second you wake up and go to the point of injury and then beyond. And so they've got to show that none of this was there before the injury. Okay. And that it happened at work. So fact of injury. They have to prove that the medical condition was a result of the incident. Number 4, performance of duty. Must be able to prove that the injury happened in the course of employment or as a result of employment. Performance of duty happens to be one of the questions on the second page of the CA1 form. It asks the supervisor, did the injury or the accident happen in the performance of duty? If no, explain. Supervisors say no all the time. So be sure you get copies of your CA1 forms too, which is if you want the role on Twitter. You can find it exactly there.
Copies of everything.
They have to give you copies, but
Yeah.
supervisors say, I'm not going to give you copies. I don't have to give you copies. The hell you don't. You have to give them copies.
They do.
Supervisors,
It's
just
a
do
rule.
it.
It's a law.
And don't wait on medical evidence to turn it into DOL either. Jerks, just turn it in. You have one job. Do your one job.
Are you talking to supervisors again?
Always. All right, so, but they say, was it in performance of duty? Well, there was this lady who got out of her vehicle. She was like 20 minutes early to work to clock in. And in the parking lot, she got hurt. And the supervisor said it wasn't in performance of duty. Well, I mean, it kind of seems like that'd be right, except for if you understand the rules, you know that that is technically in performance of duty. And so your doctor has got to be able to tell the story of the accident that happened. And in the course of that, be able to explain how it was in performance of duty. Okay, and they probably want a section that's called performance of duty. Just prove it right here. You know, it doesn't matter if you're in the restroom when you got hurt, if you're off the clock and you're at the elevator in the building and you slipped in water, that's performance of duty because you're on premises, and by rule, that's covered. So your doctor's got to be able to prove fact of injury, that it happened as a result of the accident, and that you're in performance of duty. And then last, most important, and this is what all mess up, is causal relationship, or you'll hear me say causation. The MD must be able to show a direct link between the injury and the job. And a supervisor's opinion of causation is not considered. This is really important. That's actually in the rule. You can read where they say that the supervisor's opinion doesn't matter. The doctor's opinion is all that matters. It's the weight of everything. That's all they consider when it comes to causation. So your doctor's got to be able to tie this whole thing together. And, you know, John woke up at, 7 a.m., symptom-free, pain-free, and got ready for work with no problem. Drove to work, arrived to work at approximately 8 a.m., where he clocked in, still with no symptoms, no pain, and began casing the mail. Started driving the route at 9 a.m. and made it about 3 hours through the route, and at approximately 11:50 a.m. Was in a car accident where he experienced an extreme jerking of the neck, resulting in a neck sprain or a cervical sprain. And after the injury, he experienced numbness and tingling and pain of 7 out of 10, and none of that was present prior to the injury or prior to that shift beginning. The medical evaluation shows a sprain of the cervical spine at C5. That was a direct result of the auto accident that happened during the performance of duty. So that's a quick example of how these reports get written. But typically we see like a 1-paragraph report. It's not a report. It's like a lazy doctor's note. And lazy doctor's notes lead to denials. And so you got to make your doctor put this stuff in there, okay? And then the last thing, and this is my biggest pet peeve, doctors have to be doctors. You got to be an expert.
Yeah.
Look, doc, if you're an expert, you're an expert. Be one. What they'll say is, I see them like, the preponderance of evidence says, or with all reasonable medical certainty. I'm like, look, man, are you an expert or not? Okay. You got to say this. In my medical opinion, the following condition is a direct result of the injury that occurred, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then they outline what the diagnoses are. Don't let them give statements that are equivocal, where maybe or maybe not. Okay, I call those doctors cowards. All right, step up and say it was it was work related, because it was. And like we saw somebody that had been employed by the agency for 20 years. I'm like, well, for the last 10 years, have you had this problem? No, I've been fine. And you sprain your knee and now your knee hurts. Yeah. Did it hurt before that day? No. What are we talking about? Of course it happened as a result of work. So you got to make your doctor step up and say all, the right things. But again, I want you to go to Twitter. This is not a shameless plug. Okay, do it. Just go to Twitter and get this, okay? Because I've got the 5 basic elements of an accepted OWCP claim. And when you go to the doctor, wouldn't you like to have it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to show this to your doctor? I think that would be useful.
Yeah.
To be able to show it to your doctor and say, okay, make a report with this stuff in it.
You guys could print it out too if you go.
Who would like to have an accepted claim?
Yeah.
If you'd like an accepted claim, look, doctors pay a lot of money for this information, okay? I'm giving it to you because I'm tired of seeing your claims denied, okay? I'm trying to help you get your claims accepted even though I don't know your doctor.
Yeah.
You know your doctor, and you know me, so let's connect the dots. So if you have any questions on this, I'll be happy to take your questions by phone call, or you can send us messages on Facebook. I'd be happy to help as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of you that have been saying that you want us to speak to your doctors. Please give them my number, 877-787-OWCP. And if they want to get trained and be a part of the federal help that you guys all need in different states that we can't get to all the time, please reach out to us.
Yeah, we're actually right now looking for doctors
Yeah.
in 11 different areas around the country that we've had a lot of response saying, hey, we need a doctor here.
Yeah.
11 different locations. And on top of that, I'll get to this at the end, I'm also looking at 4 new locations to expand federal injury centers in places where we've heard there's an extreme need for help. So all in total, we could have 15 new locations in the next year or so. But until then, you know, you can help yourself by getting on Twitter and following, because I'm just putting this stuff there to help you get your claims accepted. Another person's following. Thank you. That's 423. We're getting there.
Danielle says, it's my birthday.
Happy birthday, Danielle.
Happy birthday from Gini and Chris.
Happy
and
birthday.
Friends. Everybody wish Danielle a happy birthday.
Let's say a bunch of hearts. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Send hearts to Danielle for her birthday. Shannon, you're sending 2 more coworkers our way. That's really sweet. Well, there was
Listen, and I appreciate that, Shannon. Shannon says she's sending people to us. We're honored to help. We obviously, nobody's ever heard me go in here and ask for referrals. That's not what we're out here for. So you'll never hear me say, hey, please send us patients. That's not the deal. We're not here. You're not here for me. I'm here for you. Okay. If it turns out that it's convenient for you, or you think that it can be useful and we can help, we're happy to. We'd love to help. But the choice of doctor is yours. Okay. Exercise that right every single time. Even if it's not ours, that's fine. I'll still help you.
Philadelphia needs help. Listen, we know all 50 states need help, and in multiple locations.
But Pennsylvania is one that's on the radar.
Yeah,
we're well aware.
We're working on that. Let's see. Everybody's sending Danielle hearts.
That's right. Keep them coming.
So sweet.
That wasn't nearly enough. Let's keep them coming.
Keep the hearts
Happy birthday.
coming. Happy birthday. So Jennifer says, it seems that no doctor wants to touch anyone anymore that comes in with the CA2. Yeah, we know.
Well, you know why that is because CA2s are harder to prove.
Yeah. Because
there wasn't an incident that you can say this happened. You know, it's something that develops over time. But like carpal tunnel syndrome, look, if you're like a mail clerk, or your job is something where you're using your hands all day long and you've done that job for 20 plus years, come on, dog, don't be a coward. Carpal tunnel syndrome happened as a result of the job.
Yeah.
How else did it happen? And it's not that hard to prove. We get CA2 claims accepted all day, every day. You just have to know how to write these narrative reports. And the 5 basic elements apply to CA1 and CA2 claims, period. Okay? So show this to your doctor. At least it'll give them some sort of a roadmap so that you don't end up with a 1-paragraph report.
Yeah.
Okay? We're trying to help you fix this problem.
And, you know, we're trying, I always post every week the locations that we have. That's it. Those are the ones that Federal Injury Centers has. Those are the ones that Chris has trained. So when I post that, there's no other location.
Not yet.
That's why I tell you guys to go on the ACS